they're doing it with a small team. We've barely seen Jalen Green.
Always happy to welcome in my friend, our NBA insider, Marc Stein. Marc, how are you?
I'm good, Espo. Probably not as good as you, but I'm all right. I'm all right.
I mean, the team in our city's winning. I didn't expect me to be on the winning end and the Dallas fan base to be struggling so far this season. But what has surprised you early on here in the NBA? What's caught your attention?
Well, it was funny because I figured you'd want to obviously focus on your squad. And, there are not many pleasant surprises in the Western Conference. You would have to say the Suns are certainly in that category. In the East, we've got them. I mean, the Pistons, I thought last season the Pistons were the best story in the NBA, going from 14 wins to 42, surviving the 28 game losing streak, which set a single season record. But for the Pistons to go up a notch, for Cade Cunningham to be forcing his way into the MVP conversation, for Duran to be playing at an all-star level, they've been a great surprise. But so is Toronto. I think even Philly, with all the injuries they've had, and they've found a way to win. The Bulls. So like in the East, we have surprise teams, but in the West, your Suns might be the number one surprise as we dribble to the 20 game mark. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting there.
What surprised you most? I mean, obviously the record and being the same as it was this time last year is surprising, but what's caught your eye with the Suns, and from people that you've talked to, what's kind of been the vibe around this squad?
Well, look, the messaging in Phoenix is, I'm sure you guys have discussed many, many times, was that if nothing else, the Suns were going to play scrappy, be watchable, be fun, and try to make the fans smile after last season, which was as dispiriting as it could get. And again, it is still early. And I think you would also agree with me that the schedule has not been the toughest to this point. But they're doing that. They are playing with a great spirit, a great scrappiness. I've only seen them once in person when they came to Dallas, but like they're doing it. I mean, they're with a small team. We've barely seen Jalen Green, but I think I took a quick glance this morning at the league leaders. I think they're 12th in defense, in defensive rating. Again, very early, not the toughest schedule, but I don't remember too many people saying that the Suns would have a top 12 defense even. So
no, there were plenty saying they might be the 30th, the worst defense in the league.
I mean, I think Vegas, the over-under was sub 30. So, I mean, they definitely fall into the pleasant surprise category. The question will be, how long can it last? How will they do as the schedule gets tougher? And my instinct is you would rather have Jalen Green out there than not. So they got to get him healthy and get him back and see what he and Book can do as a tandem.
Yeah, I think that the respect for Jordan Ott and his ability to coach and develop systems has been something that's really caught a lot of attention around the league as well. But you bring up the injuries. How surprised have you been and with how much we've seen these soft tissue injuries and kind of the attention that has been getting around the league? Obviously, you mentioned Jalen Green. He's one here in Phoenix, but it's kind of been prevalent throughout the NBA.
I mean, there's no other way to say it. It sucks. Like, it's the beginning of the season. This is when hope, teams generally still have hope. Now, we've actually seen at the bottom of the East and the bottom of the West. You look at the bottom of the West, and it's stunning just how many teams are already in chaos, in real trouble. But also, the NBA put out the video yesterday. There's been 6 buzzer beaters already in the first 30 days of the season. I mean, these are the things we should be talking about. But obviously, we've got off-court issues with the whole gambling story, which was a thunderbolt that, shook the whole league when that happens 2-3 days into the season. But yeah, I mean, the injuries, because nobody seems to have the answer There is no clear-cut answer beyond shorten the season, and we know that's not happening tomorrow. So, like, you talk to so many people around the league. Steve Kerr has spoken about this so many times. The faster pace of the modern NBA, not just the faster pace, the literal mileage guys are putting on, the court coverage demands in modern defense, and, you know, what it takes to get out to all these 3-point shooters and the number of threes being taken. I mean, that's been a key element, certainly, of the Suns' early success, is that Ott always gets 4 shooters on the floor. Okay, we can talk about the Suns' lack of size. We can talk about the Suns' lack of a traditional point guard, center questions, whatever it is. But Jordan Ott seems to find a way to get 4 shooters on the floor. Threes are going up, and Book has so much gravity as a star that he bends the floor, even if he's not your textbook Steve Nashian point guard. And that's how they're doing it at the offensive end. And we all know it for a decade now. The 3-point shot has changed the game, that the way has been played. The game, the way that the game is played has changed dramatically. The demands of modern defense have changed dramatically, and every front office is worried about it, and how to fix it is a very elusive answer. And I am not the medical expert who could even pretend to provide it. I can only relay to you what I hear when I talk to coaches, GMs, and players. But I mean, there's no way that this doesn't bring you down. I mean, last weekend, I couldn't believe, like, I just one calf injury after another. Updates, Anthony Davis, John Morant, Drew Holiday, then Wemby, then the groin thing happens with Giannis. It's just it's how can you not find that dispiriting?
I mean, you haven't played a doctor on a podcast or anything, just the experts you talk to.
I try not to. I mean, yeah. I mean, look, when you cover the league and we're constantly talking about injuries. I want to think I've learned something over the last 30 odd years, but no.
You were you've patented the hashtag this league. Has this season so far lived up to that? Because it feels like this is the quintessential 15 games that defines this league so far.
Well, I think it usually does live up to that, and that's why the hashtag works. Because I mean, I remember in my I mean, it sounds funny because it's such a simple statement, but when I was a very young beat writer covering the Lakers, and Mitch Chortkoff, absolute legend in the LA media, covered the Lakers for years and years and years for the LA Herald Examiner and the Daily Breeze. And I'm in my 20s. I'm in over my head. I'm covering the NBA probably sooner than I should be. And I'm still wound tight after all these layers, but back then I was just wound super tight, always uptight, always. And he would just say, something always happens, and it sounds so simple, but I mean, it is the NBA. Something, like, thunderbolts just strike in this league with great frequency.
We're inching towards that December date where guys are going to become trade eligible. What have you heard, kind of rumbling wise, so far? And have you heard anything on the Suns front when it comes to interest in any moves?
I gotta say, I think it's still too soon for it. I mean, look, we are talking in Dallas. Certainly, there's a lot of questions about how are the Mavs going to move forward, given how bad their start has been. So there's a lot of Anthony Davis curiosity. There's a lot of John Morant curiosity because of what's happening with the Grizzlies. Now we've got LaMelo Ball curiosity because of the story yesterday, and where the Hornets are, the Kings, because they're off to such a rough start. But it's a lot of concepts right now, and I wouldn't say it's it's still too. We got to get it. We got to at least get, I think, to December 15th before anything truly serious starts to percolate. The Suns obviously don't have huge optionality because their storage of trade assets is limited. But I think honestly, the way they would look at it is, since they've barely seen Jalen Green, like Jalen Green, when they can get him healthy, is going to be a major addition. And I say when, I hope I don't have to say if. They got to get him healthy, got to get him back out there.
Yeah. You and your Substack mate Jake Fisher are doing something cool today at 3 p.m. Eastern. You guys are going to do a chat over there on the Stein line. I've been a subscriber. I know you guys do this kind of stuff, but how fun is it to talk with your subscribers and kind of just discuss the NBA like that?
Yeah, actually, today starts year 2 with Jake joining me as a twice a week contributing writer. And so I can't believe that a year has already flown by. It was literally last year, the Thursday before Thanksgiving, that we announced that Jake was going to be writing for me. So we do like to do this from time to time, where we have a chat for our subscribers only. It's basically, our version of Ask Us Anything. You got to be a subscriber to be part of it. And we'll be in there celebrating year 1, but also, the celebrations will last about 30 seconds and it'll be like, where's AD going? Who are the Suns trading for? Just like you. So it'll be good.
I'll throw a couple Suns curveballs your way as well.
It'll be good. It'll be good.
Go over and subscribe to the Stein line on Substack. It is one of my favorite reads, and it hits your inbox directly, so you don't have to go search for it. It finds you. You can also follow Mark at the Stein line. Mark, always a pleasure. Thanks for your time.
Thank you for putting up with my coughing. I can't help it. I start shouting and then I start coughing. By the way, is that a PHNX hat you got on there?
It is. It's our flag.
All right. Yeah. So we're both wearing our respective company headwear today.
Sometimes we got to shill, right?
My orange glasses. I can't find my orange glasses though, so apologies.
I'll ship you a new pair and a PHNX hat so we can get that Dallas thing off your head.
Hey, you know what? If you send me one, I'll wear it for Southwest Bias. Send me one.
That is coming your way. Mark, have a happy Thanksgiving. We appreciate you.
Be good. Talk soon.